but also, whenever a girl, like, a woman has a problem with a guy who doesn't want to spend a bunch on the first date, doesn't want to do that, it reminds me of the same type of connotation that a guy has when he's mad that she won't
put out. Yeah,
that's what it reminds it like. I wish I brought a drink or something, because not even for like to actually drink, but just to have something to do with my hands. Like, oh God. But okay, let me.
Dang, I did not think that video was even gonna pass 50 views. That's why you recycle content, man.
Oh yeah, I have so much content that I have not posted. Like I was looking like, because tomorrow I'm gonna be like editing like for the most of the day, and no, not tomorrow. Thursday I'm gonna be editing for most of the day, and it's like I got so much. But
tomorrow I need to be editing for the most of the day too.
Yeah. But hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Preem Pod, everyone. A place where you can laugh, learn, and grow, hopefully. I'm Jace Preem. I'm sitting here with the beautiful
Artistry by Nita.
And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about balling on a budget and green flags for a healthy relationship. So we'll be getting into spending habits. We'll be getting into priorities. We'll be getting into love languages. And we'll also be getting into what to do when you find the right one. Right. So like this was, I think Rose said this a few episodes ago. The meaning of life is to be the best possible version of yourself that you can be. And I think I'm gonna like remind you guys of that every episode, just so you guys just understand that that's kind of our what we're trying to help you do. And here on the pre-pod again, that's where our goal is to help you become the best possible version of yourself. And if you guys didn't notice, and I mean also if you guys are like listening on like one of the streaming services, we're potting in our onesies today because today is Halloween. I'm not even sure when this episode is going to drop, but today is Halloween. So before we jump into today's talk, Nita, rapid fire, I need your top 5 scary movies of all time.
Top 5 scary movies of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good okay.
or we can say scary / Halloween if it makes it
okay
easier.
The Nun. I don't think I could do it in order. Okay,
yeah,
now.
Yeah, that's too hard to. Yeah.
The Nun, the first one. I haven't seen the second one, but the first one. I'm trying to think of some other movies. I was like, because some movies be scary, but it be just like, ooh.
I see what you're saying. Well, it don't have to be the scariest. Just top 5 scary.
Just the category is scary, but it doesn't have to scare. It doesn't
have to be like the top 5 scariest movies. So I guess I did word it like that. But yeah, there's top 5 movies that are scary that fall into that category.
Okay, yeah, None. Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like the best scary movies are actually scary.
Yeah, true. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay, so you the Nun, just in case. Paranormal Activity, like the first one, I forgot the first one and the second one, and the third one, but the rest of them was kind of just like, all right. But okay, so the Nun. What did I say? Paranormal Activity. Mm-hmm. Saw. I'm sorry if anybody has anything to say about that, but I love Saw.
People don't like Saw. I mean, they make fun of it a lot, but
yeah, people they make fun of it. But like the first couple of movies were like actually really good. Like
one where she was on like that thing in like that basement, and then he was like, and then
I don't. Yeah. Oh, you talking about where she chopped the arm off?
I think so.
And she was chopping that boy. She was like, she was like, I'm living today. Oh my God. Okay, so what? I keep None, Paranormal Activity, Saw, right? So 2 more. I'll say The Conjuring. And then I'll say
it's hard.
I can't think of the last one. Hold on. I have thoughts in my head, but I'm like, are they the best? Because I feel like I'm gonna be thinking about this all day.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, no, that movie's better. Yeah. I guess I'll say Annabelle.
Annabelle. Oh, okay. I forgot about Annabelle. Yeah, I like any movies that have you. I just thought about that. Scary movies are like they
Me about
always
to look up
have
movies like scary movies.
scary movies always have
Strangers
sequels.
was good that we just watched.
Yeah, that was actually really
But
good.
I had already like knew about like the movie because I have put it on the list for us to watch before. But I had never actually watched it. But when I had put it on the list, I had did research on the movie, and I saw, I'm like, dang, based on true. Wow,
Whenever they say
anything
that,
based on true,
I wonder how
it's
much.
scarier because I feel like that movie isn't like the nun scary, but it's like,
bro, that happened for real,
bro, off the cause you were home, bro.
Yeah, that was kind of tough.
Took me out the game. I'm like, and that's true. Like the Manson murders, cause you were home. Like basically, the Katie Cabin murders, basically, because they was there. Like it wasn't like I hate you, so I'm gonna come kill you, or you're a terrible guy, so I'm gonna come kill you. It's I like killing people.
Nah, you were at home.
You're next.
That's tough.
Your Next is also a good movie, but it is cringy. It does have some cringy scenes in there, but Your Next is actually pretty good too.
Your Next.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like the Stranger style. Like some people come in and well, they were kind of already in the house. Like basically, they're already in the house and they kill you. They're killing the people or whatever that's already in the house and then there's like a crazy twist at the end, and it's like, because at first it's like, why? Yeah. But then there's a twist at the end, and it's like, oh, okay. It's pretty good. But like I said, it got some crazy parts. There's a scene that whenever it comes up, I filmed it, I recorded it. Whenever it comes up on my Snapchat memories, I'll be like,
oh, it's like a funny part.
And I'll be like, oh, I gotta send this to my brother. Oh, I think that scene where she's like, we gotta get out of here. And she does this like pretty like little walk that kills me every time. But yeah, so those are my 5. But those were some honorary mentions.
Yeah. So on my list, The Conjuring was also. I just put The Conjuring movies. I had to make a list because I'm like, I know you could do rapid fire because you're a movie buff, but I would have been here for hours because that's like, I don't really be watching movies. But the ones that I thought of like very quick were Carrie. So me and my mom used to watch Carrie a lot. I think they remade that movie. But
they did remake it.
The original was like, I'm not sure if that counts as a scary. I think that's more thriller, but I loved Carrie, and we watched it on Halloween. So Carrie is one.
I definitely think that's a Halloween movie. It just didn't really scare me.
Yeah, it wasn't scary. It was just more like, oh, y'all so mean.
And I'm like, and when I was watching it, I was like, look what y'all got coming.
And then when she came back, I wasn't even like scared of her. I was like, yeah.
I'm like, you should. They would have got it worse with me. I would have just killed everybody in the room right there. I wouldn't even wait it. Y'all did blow the whole place up.
It's so funny that Matilda could have easily been Carrie too, but I think Matilda is just Carrie with self-control.
Look, she was like, I'm a nice person.
But she could have really been.
She could have. Old girl.
Trunchbull.
Whatever her name was. Off the eating the cake, making that boy eat the cake alone, she would have been out. She would have been out of here because I'd have been like, "Nah, that's wrong. That is abusive. Yeah, like, what the fuck was that? It ain't like you ain't physically like punch him and smack him, but you are being very abusive. She would have been out the game right there for me.
But I got Carrie. I got Unfriended, which definitely will get me flack. I actually saw this in theaters.
No.
And this was the movie that Demetrius Harmon actually helped me get into.
Wait, I'm confused. Hold on. Wait. Unfriended. I'm trying to think.
I believe I have to look it up again. Let me
no, sure. I think I'm thinking of the one. Wait, there is a movie where they're like it was like a group of people and they're like on a Zoom call and like they started getting killed one by one. But then there's another one that was very similar. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out which one. There's one where it's like a girl and the girl is like a weirdo.
Because they had the part 2. So yeah, this is actually this is the one that Demetrius Harmon helped me get into. Unfriended, 2014.
Yes. Okay, so that's the one I'm thinking of. Yes. But the other one, I don't think it was a second.
It's called Unfriended Dark Web.
I'm talking about the other one where it was a girl. Damn, and she was like a weird, I'm not trying to be bold, but she was like a weirdo. Like she was weird, like kind of in the lame scene or whatever, and people were bullying her. No. And then I think she like killed herself or something. And then like all the friends were like, all the people in the friend group were like trying to figure it out, and like next thing you know, they ended up in some weird like witchcraft place or something. Bro, I'm gonna find that movie. We can move on, but I'm gonna find that movie.
Yeah, like almost 10 years ago, I went and saw Unfriended with some friends, and
that was scary to me. I ain't gonna lie.
No, Unfriended was pretty scary. And while we were, and I was actually 14, and I wasn't even, I was kind of new to going to movies and stuff. So I didn't really know about the rules and stuff. And we just couldn't get in. And Demetrius Harmon happened to be at the theater. He happened to be walking in. He was just like, "Oh, little brother, come on." Man, so Meech, bro, I appreciate that, man. I never even got to say thanks because we sat in different places, but I definitely appreciate that. But we got Carrie, I got Unfriended, and then I have the Black Phone.
Where you now going? That was scary.
Yeah, the Black Phone was. I
love
like
that was scary to me, but it wasn't just like, ah! But it was enough to have me be like, dang, yeah, where you come from?
That was just a good movie to me. Like it was just good in terms of writing and just it got to I'm a type of person who likes to guess and like try to figure things out. And that movie was pretty difficult. Whenever a movie is pretty difficult to figure out, I like it because it's like, okay, that's really good writing. But whenever movies kind of just everything that happens you expect it and nothing surprises you, it's not a good movie to me. But
I think I just found it. I think it's called Friend Request. We watched it together.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that's it. Yeah. Yep. Friend Request. That was it. Yeah, she was like hunting her friends through the social media type.
Oh yeah, that was
type game.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah, that one. I wish I could have seen that in theaters, but like Unfriended though, like that was crazy. Because I was 14 seeing that. That's crazy. But yeah. So I got Carrie, I got Unfriended, I got the Black Phone, I have the Conjuring movies. I just threw them all together because I just see them all as one. And then I have Us with Jordan Peele. That was terrifying to me.
That didn't scare me.
That was terrifying.
I hate to say it, but I don't really like
most people don't like that.
The meaning and the theme, great, but
it was just unpredictable.
I didn't really like it. Like I wouldn't really throw that on again unless someone had it on or asked to have it on. Then it's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm about to. Cool I'm gonna have to watch that soon. That was like again my rating usually goes based on like the writing, the unpredictability. Because that movie just, I'm like, whoa. And then the little girl going underground, or is that the right movie? When she went underground and it was like bunnies and shit? Or am I thinking of the other one?
No, that was it.
Yeah, the bunnies. That movie actually kind of made me a little bit afraid of bunnies, like for a little bit. Dang. Like that shit was like scary because they just look so tyrannical and they just can't see forward. And that always scares me that they have to look
off us having kids. We definitely got to beat them Halloween as family.
Oh, yeah, that would be dope.
And we got to go stand in the driveway. And we just gonna be
and then we need to take pictures of us looking out of our window like normal, and then take pictures of
it's gonna be a whole photo shoot.
Yes, we're doing that. We could do that with Bucky low key. I mean, it's just some bullshit.
I'm sure we could get them together, but I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Because I'm like, I don't want to wait to kids because I just feel like it's gonna be so long. Such a long time.
So long.
But okay, my 5, I got Carrie, Unfriended, Black Phone, Conjuring movies, and Us. And then you had, I should have wrote them down.
Oh, I had The Nun, Paranormal Activity, Conjuring, Annabelle, and Saw.
I think we need to watch like all of these again. But yeah, once we drop the reels, obviously once you're seeing this and it's short form content, drop your favorite scary movies. Like I definitely want to see what y'all got to say and see what else to watch. I might try to drop this episode soon so I can get some of these ideas so we can watch them. But yeah, I think those are like,
you can definitely drop some reels now.
Yeah, drop some. Yeah, do that now.
Promote the future episode.
Yeah, I gotta start doing that more. I'd be like, no, I can't. But yeah, I'm gonna get it together.
You should be posting content at all. Like this, no matter where it's from. It could be old, it could be new.
There's no reason I shouldn't be posting right now. There's so much content, and I wish I could schedule. I need to hire someone because I don't have the time. So I gotta get to it. But that was nice little Halloween icebreaker for you guys. But now we're gonna jump into the real, and we're gonna talk about balling on a budget. So first, I want to ask you why. So like we're talking about balling on a budget. Why? Why should anyone ball on a budget? What's the purpose? Why?
I mean, not spend all your money. I feel like people get a lot of money and then they're like, this means I can spend it all. Yeah. And I mean, I get it. What's the point of having money if you're not going to spend it? But the thing is, you can save it for a time to spend it. Like, you know, what's the point of having money? But it's like, I have this money for when my car breaks down, you know, or my tire goes flat, or emergency, I don't know, a medical bill or something like you know, anything of that nature is just, it's good to make sure you have, you know, because anything really can happen. And I feel like people don't think about anything can happen. They just think about what, I don't know, like what might, like
just current bills.
Because this like you could get in a car accident and your legs messed up, you can't work. You know, they didn't fire you. It's not that you can't find a job. You can't work because you got in a car accident. It happened to my auntie. She's struggling right now to this day because she got in a car accident, wasn't planning to, on her way out, have a good time. And she ain't worked since. And they playing with her insurance. They tired of paying her bills. They really tired. So they trying to find every reason that they can to stop or to lower her money. Like the state give her $50 for food stamps. Like, come on now. So it's like, you got to think of that. My auntie house burnt up. Had no idea. If she didn't have insurance and if she didn't have as good of savings, she would have been messed up. So it's like, you got to think anything happen. You could get sick. You could get depressed. You know, anything can happen. And if you make sure that even though you have a bunch of money or you're well off, you're wealthy or anything like that, if you ball on a budget, you can, it really promotes security. It gives you more security. So it's like, yeah, I just got a paycheck. I just got paid today, but I was never broke. Like I was never waiting on my paycheck.
You're waiting on a paycheck is like the worst feeling. But I do feel like people, we as a whole, just we all say and we all know and we all just repeat that life sucks so much. We say it too much to not be saving. Because it's like we want to say life sucks, and then get our paychecks and go to the club and then spend all our money on designer and life sucks. And then whenever something bad happens, life sucks and everything is so bad, the world is caving in on me. It's like, bro, you had the bread, you just went other places. And it's like, you know, we get into that victim mentality of, oh, life is just killing me. And it's like, well, if we just assume that bad things happen, we know that bad things happen, how about let's plan for them, right? So and then that's one of the biggest reasons, and you know, definitely for the emergencies. But for you, like, you know, a lot of times there is a lot of gray area because, like you said, people get a lot of money and they think that it's, you know, time to spend it all or time to spend a lot more. When is it appropriate to ball on a budget? Like, you know, what at what point, you know, do you get to ball without being on the budget?
Me personally, I feel like you should ball on a budget at all times. That's me personally. Because I feel like, you know, let's say you got $100, you know, you can ball on a budget, go to the Dollar Tree, get your snacks and your stuff. Let's say you got $500. Okay, let's ball on a budget in Walmart. You know, let's not spend all 500. Let's spend 200. You know, something like that. You got $1,000. All right, let's ball on a budget in Target. You know, let's not spend all 1,000. Let's spend 300. Let's spend 400. We got 10,000. All right, we can. I don't know what's the next place after Target.
BJ, Sam's Club.
You can go to one of them or something like that. So it's like, I feel like at all times you should be balling on the budget. You shouldn't ever be like, okay, you know, I got this much in the bank, so that means spend everything else. Like, I feel like to a certain, it's a ratio. I feel like it should be a ratio to how much money you are currently bringing in versus how you were. And I feel like it's okay to bump your balling on that budget for your balling, to bump it up as you increase. But I feel like to a certain degree, you should be balling on a budget at all times, because that's why famous people go broke. That's why you hear about celebrities filing for bankruptcy, because they didn't continue to ball on a budget. You know, just like, because they got millions and things like that. Like, you know, even them, there are times where actors aren't getting jobs. They aren't finding jobs, you know, or things like that. All this stuff. So it's like, you know, I just feel like to a certain degree, there should be like some type of ratio, you know, increase as you know, increase your finances, how much your income, how much money you're bringing in. It should just be a ratio to that. But I feel like balling on a budget is very good. Especially in the world that we're in right now, because life is so unpredictable. Like, you got people just waking up and like, I want to ruin your life, you know? So it's like, just because they want to. So it's like, something you could just be in the wrong place at the wrong time and your life is messed up.
Because you were home.
So it's exactly. So I feel like that's kind of where I stand on it. It's nothing wrong with treating yourself. The point of having money is to spend it. Absolutely. But if you spend all your money, there's no more money to spend. So it's like you got to keep money to spend. You got to keep, otherwise you ain't got nothing to spend. If you spend it all, it's going to be a point where you ain't got nothing to spend.
Exactly. And I think a lot of like I'm by no means the type of person where it's like, they always show that side by side of like a Bill Gates type person. He just has on this white shirt and just these lame jeans, and then this guy with a bunch of designers. Like, who's rich, who's broke? I don't do that, because I feel like you could easily wear all of those things that you like and still be better
because you bought on a budget.
Exactly. So like,
instead of buying 5 necklaces, you bought 1.
Exactly.
Or 2.
And it's just about the frequency. It's like, like a lot of these celebrities, like a lot of these, guys, once they get to that fame and they have everyone, not everyone, but the smart ones, not the smart ones. I mean, just the educated ones. And that means they had the resources. My thing is, I don't want to put down people who aren't there yet. Cause everyone, just last year, I'm working, at that marketing. Was that last year? I was working at, what was that? Mm-hmm. Working at there and making, 10 bands a month and, balling out, going crazy, not balling on a budget at all.
Yeah, everything I've said, we do not listen to regularly.
Yeah, 5 days a week at Target, just like, why not? And then it just always turns into 150. It's just supposed to be $50. And it's just boom, boom, boom. Ended up just running myself into the ground because what happened? Something happened. Life happened. My grandpa passed. Things got hard. I got depressed. It was hard to work. Exactly. So,
and so if you lack it, I feel like one good, and I do this, like I do this a lot where I just bring the amount of money that I need. Like, or like I'll transfer money from my bank account to my Cash App card, and I'll just take my Cash App card. And it's like, I only have $50 on here, and this is the only card I got. I have no choice, because it's like, temptation is real. You see something and like it's a sale, and it's like you ain't never seen this on sale before. So it's like, but it's like if you ain't got the money, there's no choice. At least you could just, you might be a little sad, like, oh dang, but at least you still got that money. Order it online.
And for people with less self-control than her, so people who are more so, because that's still a lot of self-control, because I would get there, because even I did that the other day, like I didn't have enough and I still just ended up transferring more. So if you're like me and it's like it's even harder for you, it has to start with your mentality, because like some people, like, you can do that, especially, I mean, you don't really need to, I don't ever want you worrying about money anyway. So it's like, I want you to be able to talk to them.
Yeah, I will say, I just want personally, it has like I try to promote self-control, and I try to promote like, do we really, like, I try, but then there's also a certain amount of temptation there where it's like, I ain't gonna say no, but it's like I be trying to be like, we don't need to, babe, or I can go without that. Nothing wrong with that. That's fine. And you be like, all right. I mean, I never asked you to do that. So I mean, now I'm like, okay, get it for me.
Yeah, but it's like, that's my thing. I never really want you to have to worry about that stuff. And I've been like learning that, because at first I used to be like, what she do? But I'm like, honestly, the last thing I want you worrying about is that, but I do want you to be conscious and, to be aware. But I mean, I think it definitely has to start with the mindset, because if I still had the same mindset that I had then nothing would be happening right now. Because like all my money now is going towards podcasting, it's going towards ads, it's going towards investing, it's going towards you. At that time, I don't know where it was going towards, to be honest. I mean, just, I don't even know, because it wasn't going towards making money. Like, you have to get to a place.
That was the thing. None of your money was going to making money.
Yeah, it was just going towards
like
looking
you would
like
say like, hey, money. Like, oh, I want to do this. Like, I want to do this. I want to do that. And it'll be like, okay. And it'll be like, but let's go out to eat. And then it would be the next day, let's go out to eat. And then the next day, let's go out to eat. And like,
yeah. Dave and
so
Buster's,
it's like nothing.
Bro. Dave
it was like every day, like, literally, like, my mom always inserts herself anyways, but it was like, even my mom was like, you can't be going out every day. And I'm like, that's true.
We could have.
No, we were.
But I'm saying we could have and not crashed out if we did the right way, because it's possible. Because
it's possible. Say, we're gonna go out today. The Zoom thing is saying something. Oh, it went away. I don't know what it's saying.
Oh, it's just my notes.
No, that would have been there. It was stuff that it was saying under that. And it was within Zoom. couldn't refresh feed. You crazy? Stop it. Maybe the Wi-Fi just went out. I mean, I think it did say some. I don't know, but since we're solo potting today, next year, I want to come correct for Halloween. I came correct last year, okay, and I was Maddie, but this year I'm trying to come really correct. Like, I mean, real correct. Like my costumes, and I want to do a couple different costumes next year, couple different photo shoots. I want to go to a couple different parties and things of that nature.
I am hip.
I say it every year. Next year. But at least, like I said, last year I did do what I needed to do.
Yeah, we did a nice little shoot. Okay, we're back. Sorry, guys. We are solo potting, so we gotta kind of watch that Zoom over there. I should have looked at the camera, but it's been great. But yeah, so like I was saying, man, like it's a bunch of habits you can implement. Like I could give you all the spending, strategies and all that, but it has to start with your mindset. And people ask, how do you change your mindset? Like me, I mean, it's gonna really just take you honestly losing it all. I think there's other things that could change your mindset, but like just working your butt off, because it's different when you get a handout and you lose all of that. It's just like, I ain't really have to work for that. So it's like, that's different. If your mom gives you 20K, you blow it. I just blew 20K. But if you work your butt off, get some bread, and you blow that, if that don't change your mind, I don't feel like nothing will. But
I need you to pause for a second, stop talking, because I got oh dang.
I feel it. Oh boy. And we're back. Yeah, like it's gonna start with the definitely gonna start with the mindset. And like I said, how to get your mind there. If it's not losing it all, it's gonna be about changing the way you view money, which is a hard place to get to. Usually,
and what do you think that can do for you? I feel like people think saving money means going without.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't.
Because I'm not even that big on saving myself.
Once you save your money, you got a good, decent amount of savings. It's going to be even more easier for you to go out, for you to do that extra club day, because now you just went 3 to 6 months saving your money. And now, because you have a good savings, you can go extra instead of getting just basic pedicure, manicure. You can get full set, French toe, add some bling to it now, because you like, I got like $5K in the bank account right now. Like, I'm good. I'm comfortable to a degree. Still ball on a budget, but it's like, it's gonna make it even easier. Instead of you like crunching the numbers, going paycheck to paycheck, you're like, can I afford this? Can I go out? Or you're going out and you're like, I can only do one shot. Like, no, save your money up so you, even if you out and you only set your daily budget for 300, but you want this extra super nice new Halloween drink that they got at the club this time, you can be like, transfer really quick because you got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, people really think, if they stop and they save, they're going to be going without a lot, but really it's just going to make it easier to feed into those extracurriculars you want to enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, especially, yeah. I mean, we'll get into like, you're having the right circle, but I feel like a lot of times, when it comes to the mentality, a lot of us, and this is definitely where I was at, we're at a place where there are certain things that, like, no matter what, they are in our budget to buy. Like, whether that's a designer purse, whether that's, the new shoes that are coming out each month, whatever that is for you, you have that one thing that no matter what video you watch, no matter who you talk to, what mentor, in your head, you're like, oh, that's a given. Like, you've already budgeted it out. Your bank account says $500. This thing costs $250. So you look at you're thinking you have $250 because this is something you just know you're gonna buy. You have to, and it's like that thing. And it's like we have to change what those things are. Starbucks. Which is like, I'm not too mad at the Starbucks. I'm more, it depends on how much money and how frequent, obviously. But it's really about,
I'm just saying that's that for me.
Yeah, I know
that's that one thing that is like,
no matter what I'm getting at, I don't care what nobody says.
I be talking crap like, oh my god, they spent their last on this, they spent their last on some drugs, they spent their last. I have spent my last on some Starbucks before. I'm not going to lie. I'm not there anymore, but I have definitely spent my last on some Starbucks.
I could, man. I mean,
it just does something.
I'm trying to think what I spent my last. Like, what are some
they
crazy
put crack
things?
in it. I'm sure there's. If you really was to test the Starbucks drinks, I'm sure there's some strand of heroin because there's no reason it should be that addictive. Heroin or crack, something. It's something in there, and it's like to keep you coming back. Mm-hmm. It's something.
I actually saw this one story, and like this was amazing. This dude, he was spending his last on a date. And he actually hit his boy up, and it was like an English dude, so he was talking like he had an accent. It was like amazing. I think I might have posted, you might have saw it, but he was he was talking about some. She just kept ordering drinks. She just kept ordering drinks, and then she's like another round. He was like another round, yeah, yeah, and it's fine. And he went in the bathroom. He was like, I wish I could do his voice, and I wish I knew what he said, but he was talking to his bro with his British accent, like, love. I mean, he was like, bro, I need some so and so pounds because this gal, she's ordering all this, and he I guess it was a text, and he was just waiting at the dinner to see if he was gonna be able to pay. Like he didn't even know, and he was gonna have to say, could I borrow some? And bro, right when the bill came, he was about to open his mouth, and then he saw I think he said 300 pounds came from his bro. He was like, I got to pay. And I'm like, that story touched me so much because I mean that I've done that so many times, like on out to eat or on a date or in Chicago, get down to that last, and it's like it's a terrible that's a really bad thing to do because it's like most guys who do that, no girl has ever asked you to do. I mean, you feel like a lot of girls probably
some girls be tripping,
but it's like it's definitely an internal problem because it's like why can't you just say I don't got it because it's an insecure. It's a lot of different things that go into it, but I've done that many times.
Because I feel like both sides. I feel like this is not what this topic is about, but I feel like I agree with both sides in situations like that because I feel like for him, it's like if I can't tell this girl that I want to take out a date that I like, that I want to get to know, if she's not cool with me being on a specific budget in my time of life, I shouldn't have to wait till I'm rich and well off to go on a date. That's how I feel. So I'm like, I feel like he should be able to say, this is our budget, or go to a specific place where it's like you can't go over the budget, anything like that. And then I feel like it's good for her if she's like, this is the place that I want to go, and if you can't take me there, I'm gonna go find a man that can. I feel like if that's what you want, if that's what you need in the time in your life, because if you're well off, I don't see why you would just be super excited about getting with somebody that's not. So I'm like, I feel like if you're in that point in time, it's okay for you to be like, okay, this is not the guy for me. Okay, she's not the girl for you, because the girl for you is gonna be like, no, that's okay. That's fine. I like you. I want to get to know you. Where we at doesn't really matter to me. So it's like, it's like I'm cool with both sides because what you want is what you want. What you like is what you like. But I feel like, I agree with both sides. Yeah. Kind of thing. And I understand both sides, basically.
And I like talking in these conversations, and I like having even when the Tyler Perry thing, when they were talking about guys 50-50 and all that, I like having these conversations from the simp's perspective, because it's like I feel like I can talk in these conversations and what I say has merit, because I fuck with, if I'm with a girl, I feel like, you're the queen, whatever. So I feel like I'm gonna, whatever I'm saying is to be taken lightly, take with a grain of salt. But with a lot of that, I feel like, that, like saying, I see both sides, but also, whenever a girl, a woman has a problem with a guy who doesn't want to spend a bunch on the first day, doesn't want to do that, it reminds me of the same type of connotation that a guy has when he's mad that she won't
put out. Yeah,
that's what it reminds. I don't like when there's anything like that. That's always my thing. I just date, and we'll talk about this in a second. Like the next part of being able to ball on a budget, you have to surround yourself with the right people. Right, you have to be around people who are gonna, let you do that.
And I just really feel like people don't understand the concept of dating sometimes when they think about that. Yeah. Because the concept is to see if you like this person. Right. That's where dating came from. To see, it ain't even about going broke. Do I like you? Do I want to spend $300 on you? Because me personally, as a woman, if I find out I don't like you and this bill is $300, I'm gonna be pissed because I don't like you. I will never go on a date with you again. Or if I'm in the dating phase, every time I go on a first date, I got to spend $300 and I don't even like you. Bro. Or pull up to the spot and you don't look nothing like your picture. or pull up to the spot and you're annoying, like you're mean or something like that, and it's like you're not who I thought you was, but I gotta spend $300 on this fine dining restaurant. You're not even fine dining material in my eyes. It's like
that sucks.
I don't want to do that.
I'm about to take you, like, that's my first date is never like, even, and I feel like a lot of guys with bread do this. The one guy I follow, Aristotle, he was saying like in the dating phase, let me not say, I don't know if it was him or not, but it was one of those guys in that space that said in the dating phase, he always takes them to a super conservative, chill, cheap first restaurant. He's a millionaire, but that's where he always likes to start. And if he loses them that way, he's okay with that. And I'm like,
because it's like, you're not the one for me,
bro. Because it's like, okay. I don't want you to date me based on my bread. I'm not the one
for you. Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah. Cause like that's because
I feel like that's a lot of money if you're in the dating scene, like you're dating, like you're out here like on Tinder or whatever, and you're going on multiple dates.
That's a lot of money to be spending. That's why I'm like,
that's a lot of money.
That's why I'm like, people be looking at guys, you need to take her to the best spot, and then they're also like with girls, like it's when I think there's one girl posted she had went on 3 dates in one day and she got so much flack. Like I'm allowed to go on dates, but it's like, if you're going on 3 dates, imagine if a guy's allowed to do the same thing, imagine how much you're spending. And imagine how much you spend on your dates and he is. And it's like, okay, that's where it makes sense. Okay, maybe if you're gonna expect that, that's my thing. I'm not like this, and it's like I don't really care, but I just personally feel like if you are gonna expect that, it should be equal. You should give him what he wants. He gives you what you want. If y'all gonna be expecting shit, but I think I don't know about that,
because I feel like what he wants is a lot different than what I want. What he wants is a lot more intimate on the girl side than for most men.
It's a.
But my thing is,
the key is to not expect shit though. That's what I think. Go into those things not expecting anything. I think you have a great time.
Yeah, how it goes is how it goes.
How it goes is how it goes, and you'll probably. That's why, I mean, even at the apple orchard, like I said, I was able to have fun, like, because I'm not expecting anything. I'm not looking for bad things either, because I'm like, I could be saying I'm cold. I could be saying the animals could get lost or whatever. It's like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna chill and let shit happen to me. And it was a great time. I had a great time at the apple orchard. I was thinking, okay, this little girl thing.
And I feel like I'm gonna get hate for this too, but I feel like whoever asks the person on the date should pay.
Yeah, true.
I mean, as a gentleman, if I ask you on a date and you decide to pay, very appreciative. I like you. That was a great thing that you did. However, I just hit you up and was like, let's go to the movies.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that, because it's different for the girl who's like, you don't take me out.
I'm about to say, let's go to the movies, and then we get up at the counter and be like,
thank you. Because it's like, bro,
I think that's a little weird.
Because there were those posts of those girls, and the guy was like, hey, you try and come over? Because bro, every time, most of the time, he probably wants to. I mean, all guys, I mean, that's the thing. Everyone likes to feel good, but not every single time a guy says come over is he trying to fuck. He might not have all the bread right now, and he likes you. Like, he might have a spread. Just check how the spread looks when you come in. Like, before you step in the house, look in the door.
And then I will say, I'm not doing that the first time we're linking.
You're not gonna slide.
First date. That's a little too intimate to me. And it's also about because if it's first date, probably I don't really know you like that.
Women like intimacy.
This is my first date is intimate in your house
to show you my
and
wallet.
Like anything.
Because spending money for me is intimate. That's intimate to me. Because it's like, who am I spend money on?
This okay, but like I said, I'm personally not coming to your house. That's more because, again, first date means I probably really don't know you like that. Now it's different. We've been friends and now we like, oh, I like you now. Let's go on a date. But if I don't know you,
oh yeah, blind date, yeah, no.
Like not even just blind. I've seen you before. I mean, we've been friends on social media, but I don't know you. I've never seen you. We've never hung out before, and you're asking me for the first date to be at your house. I don't know you. I don't know what you about. I don't know what's even at your house. I don't know what type of time you on. You could look like that. It'd be the people that look the nice that really be on the weird stuff. So you can look like you the nicest, coolest guy on the planet. But I don't know what you about. And I don't want to do that. Mainly for my safety and my security and my comfortability. I don't want you at my house. I don't know you. I don't know what you're about. I don't know if you're dirty. I don't know if you're clean. So that's why we go on a date somewhere else. Then I get to know you, and then I will decide, am I going to come over your house? Do I feel comfortable enough with you to have you at my house or to come at your house? Now I know, because I've gone on this first outing, this first date with you. And second date, okay, might come to your house.
What's a cheap first date that's a guy can do that's not their house?
People be saying all type of thing, but to me, I personally wouldn't want to go to the movies on our first date because there's no talking. There's no point to get there.
True.
We can have fun. It was a great time, but what's your favorite color now? Like, I don't know nothing about you.
I don't have fun at the movies.
So, really?
Not at the movies, because I don't have
like fun watching the movie isn't the fun.
Because like I said, I don't really get anything out of just watching stuff. It's more of the like activity of talking, and we're not allowed to talk during movies. I have fun when I go to movies with my mom because we kind of talk the whole time. But like if I'm watching a movie with someone who doesn't like to talk during movies or doesn't want to talk during that movie, it's not really that fun. I'm understimulated. I'm like, oh, this is happening. Oh, this is happening. Or I'm also a slow processor sometimes. So I also have a lot of questions, and it's just like movies just can be not that fun sometimes.
Well, I feel like that can be a first date, but it's not to me the best first date because not you really shouldn't be talking during a movie. If you want to talk, let's not see a movie. Like let's see something else. That's why I said I wouldn't recommend that for a first date. But I'm still gonna put it on the list because it's cheap and it counts.
Right.
Movies, skating.
Oh, that's an amazing
any type of fair or like carnival.
Wow. Skating is amazing.
Even like what are like Dave and Buster's and like activity places like that. Mini golf, escape rooms are absolutely fantastic.
They can get expensive, but if you find the right one, they could be pretty cheap. It depends on what you think cheap is.
Yeah, because you could spend $50-$60 and go to an escape room. So that's under $100 to me. Under $100 for a date is cheap.
I feel like you're gonna end up having a feeder, bro. So it's like it's
no. If you go and do an outside, if you go and do an activity for your first date that is not an eating place, I don't expect to eat. You said let's go on a date and we're going to the escape room. That's what I'm expecting.
I feel like the girls are gonna think differently. I feel like everyone else are gonna be like, you take me out. Cause I just been taught like you gotta feed her. Like I can't even take like if you go out with a girl, like you have to feed her.
Food is great.
You have to.
So it's like I'm not gonna say no.
It's hard to take your girl to somewhere. But
again, that's just me because I wouldn't be out if we going out on a date. And I'm expecting to go to the escape room. I'm not expecting any food.
We didn't even get to go on dates. Cause we got together during COVID, so we was going on mostly
Walmart.
Dates.
I was about to say Walmart was our date.
But
anything bowling.
Bowling
even going out to just like a bar, like a club or something like that, like karaoke or something like it. You just chilling at the bar, the little booth, and you drinking and things of that nature.
Take notes, guys.
What are those things? Observatories, planetariums, anything of that nature is super peaceful. Y'all can get high, y'all can sip on a little bit of wine and just walk through, take some pictures, talk, get to know each other. Very beautiful thing. Zoos, aquariums, anything of that nature. Sky Zone.
Anything with team building. Team building is great.
Painting with a twist. Anything of that nature.
The Roseville location in particular.
Anything of that nature to me are really, I really love activity based dates, especially if it involves, some type of thinking that you have to do, some type of planning. So now I'm looking at your mind like, ooh, see if you're stupid or not. Okay. And then if it's something team building, I'm watching how you're going to be with me as a team. And I can, even though we're having a great time, this is something that's important to me. We're working together. You're not trying to overpower me or, lead me, but don't control me. So it's like, I'm trying to help you out and you like, no, or something like that. It's like, I'm turned off now. Like, actually we can go. So it's like those type of activities are really good for your first couple of dates because you get to see, how they enjoy the outing itself. Are you in what is it, introvert or extrovert? You get to see like this seems like an extroverted person, not my type, or he's a little too introverted, not my type. So it's good to go on those type of dates, even though they're cheap and he's not dropping a band on you first time he ever seen you. I feel like it's so much more valuable. The time that you actually spend doing whatever it is that you're doing than how much money you're spending. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, money is a piece of paper. Yeah. Anybody can go get a job and make some money. But can you sit down at this table with me and talk for an hour without looking at your phone, without annoying me, without pissing me off, without triggering me, without, any of that? That is something that not everybody can do.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's a thing to be said about like, I'm not just, when I talk about, girls should not care that much about money or whatever, it's not really for me because it's like, at this point in time.
You have so much more fun in your life.
Bread is good and bread is fine. So it's not really a me thing.
Like,
so
we get it. We need bread to live.
Yeah, some girls might like, people might comment, oh, he's probably because no, like I have bread, I'm well off, she's retired, everything's fine. But if you're giving the goods and you're like rewarding guys who spend bread on you, and that's what gets to your heart, like what is, anybody can do that. You don't have to love anyone to spend bread on them.
So many unhappy housewives.
Yeah, like
they don't work. Some of them don't even have kids. They just housewives. And a lot of them are, not a lot, but some of them are unhappy. Yeah. Why do you think?
Because you guys have to stop thinking that bread means he likes you. Like me personally, I spend bread on people that...
I've seen plenty of people spend bread and they was cheating. I have so many people. I could pull up my Facebook Messenger right now. my request too. And it's so, I've watched a guy, literally watched him post his wife. They went to like a Pistons game or something. Posted them. Everybody in the comments like, oh, she's so beautiful. She was pretty to me, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And everybody in the comments saying, oh, she's so beautiful. She's so pretty. Da-da-da. I like the post. You hear me? I like it. Less than a minute later, he was DMing me.
Like, hey.
Literally said, you are so fine to me, and I know you got a man. But ... You can only imagine what he said after that.
Damn.
So I'm like, look how nasty you is. You came to my page. You was like, first of all, you posted your wife. Still clicked on my page.
Wife.
Clicked on my page. Well, okay, let me not say wife, but your girl, because I don't know if it was a wife. But it was his girl. So I'm like, you posted the picture of your girl, then you clicked on my page. You did your research to see that I had a man, because it wasn't like the first post I made was you, or my cover photo or anything was you. You did research. You looked through some pictures. You looked through some highlights, and then still continued to message me. So I'm like, you dirty.
Yeah.
You're nasty.
Yeah. And I'm going to start using this term.
But he paid for them tickets. Probably paid for the outfit. Probably paid for the hair, the nails, the outfit, the shoes, the lashes. Probably paid for all of that.
Bread don't mean nothing. Y'all hear Drake and Future talk about spending money on all these girls. They don't even know these girls' names half the time.
They fly their hoes out. They fly their hoes out.
They paying for everything just to fuck you. That's
got you a flight. When you got there, it was like, want to go to the mall? Took you to the hotel. Cracked you.
I mean, he said, all right, my turn.
Because I don't really like you. I just wanted something from you.
Yeah, and it's like, y'all can, but you have to also understand as a girl, what do you looking for? Someone like Sexy Red probably doesn't want any sentimental stuff. She probably just wants the bread. Like, I just feel like most of the industry girls, I feel like a lot of them lose themselves along the way and forget what actually makes them happy and just kind of start going with whatever social media or society tells them should make them happy. But I mean, I feel like most girls need intimacy. They need a lot of the stuff like that doesn't come from money. Like money can help you with the traveling and the stuff like that. But bags, I mean, you got to know who you are, because some people can be satisfied as getting shit bought for them and not getting anything else at all. But I feel like at the end of the day, if you can choose between a broke man who really loves you and a rich man who doesn't, you should choose that broke man. Because not broke man. Don't choose a broke man, because broke is a mentality. We forgot. Being broke is completely a mentality. It's not really about your bank account, but you need to know who you have. But that's a whole deeper discussion. So getting deeper into how to ball with a budget, creativity, because we're also talking in context of a relationship, right? So guys who aren't rich yet, there are ways to keep a girl happy, right? Not every girl, and that's the other part.
Whereas that girl is not for you.
Exactly. Because so Rose said, if you have a girl who's only turned on by materialistic things, if you have a girl like that, you cannot wife that girl.
Please don't.
Don't wife her, because she isn't tied to you.
Allow her to get somebody that's going to get her whatever she wants.
She's not tied to you. There is no tie there. She is tied to what's in your wallet. Once that runs out, she's on to the next wallet and she'll go wherever the money goes. You don't want to be with those type of girls. But step one is to identify the type of woman you have. Once you
identify the type of woman you're going to try to get.
Right. Figure out your target audience, your target demographic, who you're going to go out for. Right. And first step is to find good women, right? And we'll talk about what a good woman is on our next episode. But after that, you need to learn who you're with. So after you found her, you got her, hey, we're good, and we're out of the honeymoon phase. Now you need to learn this woman, right? So TikTok and Instagram are really good resources for like gifts and cute shit. But the way to make her melt is to do things that only she would know. So you're not going to be able to find the biggest things on TikTok, Instagram. I mean, if it's something that she's told you about, go ahead and do it. But if you want to knock her socks off, bro, do something that only you would have been able to do. Simple as that. And how do you do that? I mean, in a lot of it has to be in context of who she is. Because with you, a lot of the cute shit I do for you, most girls would call corny, or it would be like, "What the fuck?" Like you, and like especially a lot of girls in the city, it would be perceived as like
maybe like city girls, but I'm like, my friends be. They can obviously your girlfriend, if you come in and you like, he just pissed me on. They gonna be like, man, because they your girl. I mean, they your friends. That's what they supposed to do to a certain extent, unless you just bald faced wrong. Then it's supposed to be like, not F him, but girl, you was wrong, or something like that, or whatever. But a lot of them, they be wanting. The minute one of my friends got what you be giving, she changed. She a completely different person now, or she looks at men differently now, because people so many times they go through an experience a man or multiple men or women for that sake that do them dirty so many times, and they have this overall picture of that gender. All men are cheated, all men are liars, or all women just only want your money, all women are sluts. They tend to get that kind of like that view on that gender, and once it's there, and it takes somebody else to show you, hey, that's not the case or whatever. But a lot of them like the stuff, that you do. Shoot, that's why when we went through our thing, all of them was knocking at your door like, hello, are you there?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. They like that.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: like a lot of the, like like people will call Russell Wilson and like all the like good husbands out there corny and stuff, but it's like I feel like secretly deep down, a lot of those girls are just mad that they can't get that. They've never gotten that and won't get that because of their mentality.
They don't realize what they're attracted to, what they bring in. Yeah. They want the scammer, the hood guy, and the hard guy.
He's not gonna do that.
But I'm like, why are you mad that Sierra and found her Russell when she was with Future?
That's what I'm saying. She tried out.
So you want a Future? You like Future, huh? That's what you like. I don't like that. I want to be treated kindly, warmly, softly, and loyal.
That's what I'm saying. Like I never understood that.
So I'm like that. They think that's where it's at until they got one. Because all them baby mamas, they be coming out like he sucks and he's. I'm like, you didn't believe the last girl?
That's what I'm saying.
You didn't believe the last 10 of them? Because he got the dreads and he looked. No.
Don't base anything off of something. Any guy can grow dreads. Any guy can get bread. I mean, not any guy, I don't know. But any guy can get a lot of these things you guys are looking for. Like the shit that you want in a street dude, like I don't know. You can say it. Like, you can tell them. Like I feel like
I've had a street dude before and it ain't all that. I'm sorry.
The shit that you can get
I wasn't getting cheated on, but he just wasn't that. He just wasn't it for me.
And I feel like you can get a lot of those things that you're looking for because you're looking for like adventure, I think, surprise, or, I mean, I think that's the easiest way to find a guy that's spontaneous, is to get a street guy because he's not spontaneous because he's trying to be. It's just because life is spontaneously happening.
Oh my God. It was spontaneous.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're on your toes because it's like, what the fuck is going to happen today?
It actually really... I didn't even realize that. Yeah. Wow.
Scary. Oh my God. What's going to happen? But
wow.
Or
you talking about scary, spooky, ooky.
Or just go date an entrepreneur that actually is on his shit because it's the same type of shit. It's just, a different type of risk.
It's definitely a different spontaneous.
Yeah, a lot of busy, but we at the crib, we chilling. Like get you an entrepreneur who games from time to time. You good. He in the crib. Otherwise, I can't tell you. But okay, back so we can stay on topic because we're about to get into the really, really nice topic.
I gotta use the bathroom.
All right, you can. Yeah, I guess you can go now. Awesome. So we're back to talking about the how to ball on a budget, and we're like gonna wrap up here. But again, we're talking in context of relationships. So Rose did say, and you also, you guys kind of are different with this. Where Rose said that guys, unless you have a fuck ton of money, you shouldn't be dating, right? And you said you should be able to. So I'm kind of in the middle, right? Because I feel like, I mean, with following the Lord and like kind of like, getting baptized and going this route, I believe that we should be the provider, but I believe that, everyone gets to where gets to their destination,
at different times.
Yeah. And I feel like I needed your help.
And then I'm just like, it's just so many people that have gotten up And it was people with them down from the beginning, like LeBron's wife. She been with him since he was in school. He probably had I don't know LeBron like that, but he probably was working somewhere at McDonald's or something in high school.
No, yeah, he was.
So moving on from there, the first person actually that I really think of is Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane went to jail.
Yeah.
And Keisha was out here doing what she needed to do. She came up with her own business to get some money. And what did Gucci have when he came out of the jail box? He had a crib, had a business, and had his girl.
Held it down.
So it's like, and she had been there through the rough times, even before he went to jail. So it's like, let's work this out together. Let's make you the provider together.
Exactly.
So just like me, I'm helping you out with your podcast. I'm helping you with ideas. I'm talking you through stuff. I'm being hands-on. I'm setting up. I'm being your cameraman. I'm blah, blah, blah. I ain't going to be the breadwinner, but I'm helping you get there. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like you shouldn't have to be alone because you're building yourself up.
Yeah.
And I feel like the woman that is not going to be, the woman that's going to be cool with that, helping you out through that journey, that's going to be the woman for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because a lot of women that be saying all of that, they'll do that for the right guy. That guy that she really loves, that really hit her heart and her soul, she'll be there for that guy.
And it sucks if that's the case, because a lot of the right guys will always pass up on these women because of how they present themselves, because of how they talk, because of how they speak on things like this. And it's like, man, if y'all want these guys, like if y'all, because my thing is, a lot of girls, and I did the same thing. This the whole reason I did the same thing, but you have a bad situation, then you say, oh, they're all bad. And it's just like, understand that you're choosing the wrong ones. Like just the same thing I say with ads. People say I don't do ads because they don't work. Understand that they do. And if you aren't working, you need to learn. Same shit with this. If you're dating and you're not finding good guys aren't the problem. Like,
and that's why you date.
Exactly.
You get to know. You try it out. I like you. It's a trial.
Like, you have to be able to know those red flags early, but that's going to kind of transition into our green flag. We're not going to talk about red flags today. We want to keep it. We want to have a nice, fun day, because red flags are so negative and just picking out the worst.
And so triggering.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like,
because a lot of times when people are in the comments and they're like, it's because they triggered, really.
Same. I mean, I've been triggered a lot. Especially when I had to get off social media when I was broke, because it was like, it's just like, oh my God, this is rough. So it's like, yeah, you have to understand. You have to understand to weed out the bad ones, because there are good ones. Okay, but again, going back to the creativity aspect of things, because I know we kind of went down a huge rabbit hole. I was kind of talking about the creative things that I do for you. A lot of things, the things you love the most are very cheap, very just something costs zero. It just takes time. I had to write 100 reasons why. I wrote 100 reasons why I love this woman, and it took me a long time. Like, not a long time to think of it, but my handwriting sucks. If I typed it, would have been quick. But typing isn't as special, so I wrote it down. But yeah, that shit's hard. Or no, I got you that book. It was like a book with like a bunch of things. Oh yeah, it was a book where I had to write it down. Yeah, there was a few different ways I did that, but
you did a couple different things like that. You done woke me up to post-it notes on my steering wheel.
It's just easy, like especially when you love someone, it's easy. So I feel like if it's hard for you, maybe that's just not the person for you. Because it's like, for me, if I'm with you, I love you. Those things are easy.
Think about this.
Those things are hard when you don't love them. Spending money is easy.
I'd like to pose a question.
Oh yeah.
Or an idea. If something small and simple like that does not do anything for you, do you really love the person that's doing it?
I can say yes and no. It depends on what your love language is. If your love language falls along those things, and you already know your answer. But if your love language isn't that thing, you might have to learn to accept it as that. Because sometimes, there are some girls could, what the fuck, get this off my, hey, don't be leaving this on my steering wheel, bro. Like, I feel like some girls would hate it. So I feel like it depends for me. Now I think about people I didn't like when I was in relationships.
Because if Marlon did that,
why you keep name dropping, bro?
He know what he is, know what he did.
Oh my God.
But I'm sorry, we just talking, so I feel like how he is in the house.
I thought he going. I couldn't see him watching a podcast.
And won't. No.
Maybe we was talking about something else, but not talking about.
Maybe if we was actually talking about
personal growth, entrepreneurship, and
no, not at all.
He won't be here.
He wouldn't even get a second look.
Yeah, no. What the fuck, bro? We're too.
Hell no, bro. Stop playing with me. Sorry to this man.
Oh no, wait, we gotta watch out for TikTok, bro. TikTok though, we're not bullying TikTok.
Yeah,
we're sorry.
But yeah. If he had did that, when I wasn't it was literally a point where I did not like him.
Well, there is a time and a place. I feel like if you're mad at me, I do that thing.
It went about. I mean, so there was a phase of I like this guy. Then there was a phase of. Then it was a phase of I can't stand him. Like I'm mad at you. Like there was a time of anger towards him. Then it was just a time of exception. Like I accepted. It seemed like this is just the guy that he is. I just don't like you. Right. So that phase of I just don't like you. I've accepted that you're not you're not really my guy, or it's just even if it's because even there was even a point where it was subconscious. It was just subconsciously I knew this wasn't the guy for me, but I loved him and I cared about him. And so it was like, I want all this time. I want to try, but it was even a time where it wasn't like apparent up, like just out. It was like internal that it was just like, he's not the guy. Him doing something like that for me during that time.
When it works, I can see that. Yeah, I mean, old girl, my ex, I don't think none of that shit. Even when she was trying to do, what I'm trying to like say it so TikTok won't like fuck us up, but like. What can I don't know how to say that, but nothing she was doing, like it never really like could pull. I don't think that shit can pull you back in after you don't like someone. I think
once like you actually fully accept that,
or even if you could be someone's type, but let's say like I was just me, I'm your type, but I was just doing all the stuff that he was doing for months, and I got you to a point where you didn't fuck with me anymore. I feel like even if the person is your type, like it's hard once you take someone there. I feel like it's really hard to pull you out, no matter what you do. If you don't, well, I don't know. Because we've had our pretty rough times, but it's like, you were able to pull me out no matter what. I swear, it's like you, man. But yeah, like it is. I think it just depends. It's definitely a time and place.
But that's the thing. I really love you.
Yeah, you do.
And you really love me. So it's like I can be mad at you. I can be irritated by you. I can't even stand you right now. I just but it's like I love you. So it's like. Even if I'm angry at you and you come and you do something sweet for me, it's like you're trying here, you're trying, and it's like I love you, you trying, I'm at you, but you try, baby.
I feel that. Yeah, that's a good question because that's a hard thing because that's kind of like what I asked. Could you learn to accept? Well, I guess it's a different thing.
And I'm sorry not to interrupt you, but I feel like that also ties into if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah.
Because it's like a guy, you'll watch that same type of guy date multiple girls and don't do what he might do for this last girl for them, because it's like deep down or subconsciously he really didn't love you, or he really didn't want you for real, like or maybe he subconsciously didn't see a future with you, or it's just this is for right now, I like you right now kind of thing. So I'm not going to do all of that for you, but then that right person comes, like, okay, you are the person that I actually love, or I actually want to be with, you're really my person, so now I'm going to do all of those things for you. So I feel like those kind of things tie in. Somebody doing one thing for you, they could be doing the exact same thing. One guy buying you flowers, it's the exact same thing as this other guy buying you flowers, but this guy is the one. This guy matches your energy. Whatever, y'all just vibe. Versus this guy, kind of annoying me, So you can actually you can return those. Here's the receipt,
Yeah, and I think there's an argument to be made. Like people even look at Russell Wilson, like. I'm not gonna say I guarantee or anything, but he probably had him a little whole phase. He probably didn't treat every girl like he treats her, and that's not me saying I know that, and every nice guy has to have one. But I'm just saying, like maybe Future one day. I don't think Future will ever get there, but maybe Future might one day treat a girl, that way. He might get to that point. Maybe I feel like the right person will make you do a lot of different things. Absolutely. Or the right motivations. Because the same thing with business, and I always try to. I feel like dating in sales and business go hand in hand.
Sometimes it's about learning, but I do sometimes think it is like you just wasn't the one for me, and that's wrong. The right one will make you. You shouldn't stay with that person if you don't really mess with them and continue to not give them the whatever it is that they want from you. I feel like that's wrong, but it's like I understand the reason why you're doing that. It's wrong, but I understand why.
Yeah, and I feel like your soulmate, because I don't really like. I don't like if I believe in soulmates or not. It's kind of been like I don't really know. I just know you're mine. I don't really know if I believe in like bigger than us, but I just feel like your soulmate will be someone where your love languages are intertwined. So it should. I feel like it should be a little bit easy. I feel like you shouldn't have to try it extremely hard. Because with you, I really don't have to try that hard. Like those things come naturally for me. I'm a natural. Like I love giving. I love. I
You're
get off to
naturally
making
creative and naturally romantic.
yeah, and I love making people happy and smile. So it's like that stuff is easy for me. But for a guy who doesn't have that, I mean, it could be hard to please you. You know, like I feel like it could. So I feel like that guy, you shouldn't even try to make him. It's just like if it doesn't come natural, I don't know. I feel like love
to
should
a
come
certain,
natural
you know,
to a
to a
certain
certain
degree.
degree.
I feel like
at
at my natural state broke, I should be able to get smiles out of you. You know, I feel like if you can't get some smiles, if you can't have some good vibes when things are just terrible, you don't got bread and shit like that. It's like may not be a match. You shouldn't have to be good. You know, you shouldn't have to be doing the bedroom full of balloons to every single month for happiness type of thing. But I definitely see what you're saying there. But I know we want to wrap up. This is a really good topic, honestly. But I want to wrap up this so we can get to our green flags. But just to wrap this up, right? When it comes to the being creative part, you need to figure out what your woman likes, and then that's the first step. Get you a good woman, figure out what she likes, and then you have to stop caring about what other people think. That's a huge thing, especially with a lot of women like things out in public. They don't want only secret love. Some women want to be shown off. Some women want you to propose out in public. Some women want you to, touch them out in public or wear a onesie out in public. There are things that you might have to do that sometimes aren't cool. Your bros won't like it, whatever. It's like if you just have to know what your goal is. If your goal is to grow old with your bros, okay. But if your goal is to marry someone, settle down, you need to get out of that trying to just do what's cool, because at the end of the day, I personally believe the only opinion that should matter is your partners and the Lord's. That's it. Not even your parents. Like you have to.
I agree with that.
That's
why I say that's none of your business. Because what works for them works for them. You can say what works for you.
Yeah.
But it's just like, what's the point of that? They happy. They fine. Exactly. It'd have been different if she complained. She's like, I hate this. That's the worst. Then it's like, see, I could never see. That's why you shouldn't. But it's like if they just posting like a video, and it's like if you are projecting onto them, your desires, your wants, your needs onto a person.
So
I feel like that's not cool, because really that's just promoting negativity on their page.
And I saw this post where this couple was talking about, we had a rough fight the other day. So, and they were just posting a video where they were just kind of showing each other affection, touching and stuff. And they were like, not everything needs to be posted. This is so forced and this and that. And they commented like, it probably seems forced to you because you're not used to getting love, and love like this isn't normal. And you maybe have different love languages, and that's okay. And it's like, I feel like it has to be like that. Like shit that we do to some other people might look so weird. Because people don't realize
how important that is. Oh, what happened?
Uh-oh. Let's see. I think someone's requesting to. Requested you. Oh, they invited us to hang out. Okay, look at y'all. Hey, what's the deal? Right. Yeah, you own it with the checking and looking, but okay, let me make sure I can wrap up here. Let's make some good time here. Okay.
Should I have put on my hood?
I haven't put on my hood because I don't like my hair right now.
I don't like my hair right now.
But yeah, like, again, the only opinion that should matter is, your partner. So it's like whatever you're doing for them, just make them happy. If it makes you look weird, if you feel silly, because there's so many things I want to go do again with you, because I was back in my phase of I'm just doing this, and it's like I want to do them again because I feel like I you probably like rarely could see it. I don't know. The first thing that comes to mind is the first thing we ever did was when we went to see your brother, when we was on the canoe and that. I don't know if I necessarily want to do that again, but
I don't think that we should do that again. But I think I would be fine with going on a trip to see him, and then we go and do an activity that we all. I feel like it'll be good to be planned, because that wasn't planned. It was just kind of, we were looking up what are some things to do, and he was like, it's these couple of things, I don't want to
be a party pooper, but I'm like, that don't sound fun.
But that's where speaking your truth really matters, because there's nothing wrong with saying that makes me uncomfortable. Because one thing's for sure, if me and you wanted to do something that my brother didn't want to do, he would have 100% expressed that makes me uncomfortable. Like, let's say he lived here and we were like, we want to go see, you know, Mo and Angel. We want to go over there. He definitely would have been like, not going. Y'all can go have fun, but I'm not going. So it's like, you do have to learn, you know, to speak your truth, even with me. Because one thing's for sure, there's a point to having friends and family. You know, obviously it's good to have a village and community, but that those people come into play when, you know, there's something that your partner might not necessarily enjoy the most. It's all good, fun and games. It's like, you know, you want me there, I'll go, and you'd be supportive to your partner. And it's like, I want to try to enjoy it because you love it, blah, blah. Like, it's so many things when it comes to that. But there is nothing wrong with knowing, like, for example, I love the Vampire Diaries. You ain't never seen the Vampire Diaries a day in your life. You don't know who a Damon, Stefan, or Elena is. You know nothing about that. Maya favorite show is the Vampire Diaries. Makes sense that I would go to a Vampire Diaries convention with Maya rather than dragging you along there. And you're like, who is that? What is what? Yeah. I'm seeing Ian Somerhalder walk by, and I'm like, ah! And you're like, that looks like a normal white guy, like, you know, or something like that. So it's like that is very important to have friends and family so you can do those other things, and that person matches your energy with it. Because when I'm out and about and we're doing something that is like basically for me, you're not having that same energy as me. You don't know enough about it as me, or you're not enjoying it to as much as me versus somebody who would, you know. Then it's like I'm getting to go out with them, and it's a great thing, and vice versa. 2K game convention. No reason you. I don't know nothing about that. I'm gonna be sitting there bored. You know, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, you like basketball?
I mean, I like basketball, but first of all, I have trauma with 2K. So there's a level with 2K where it's like there's some negativity there and subconsciously because I have trauma with that. So it's like you bringing me to a 2K convention where y'all going around just playing each other in 2K. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm glad you're having a great time. Woo, you won. But it's like, this is, you know, it's not something I know about. I don't play 2K. You know, I don't know nothing about that kind of thing. Did that strike a nerve?
No, that's something I would invite you to. So I guess I would have to find someone else. If I mean, get that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a line there where it's like, you know, honestly, my partner enjoys this. Because I'm like, the other day when we were playing 2K, it wasn't like I woke up and I was like, I want to play 2K today. It was just kind of like, you want to play 2K? Let's play 2K. I'm not going to be in pain. I'm not going to be like, or anything like that. It's just going to be, we just playing 2K with my man. You know, it's, you know, hey, score, like, kind of thing like that. But like I said, I don't play 2K. I don't, you know, that's not my cup of tea. You know, I'd rather play Call of Duty, you know, type of thing. So it's just like, that's not my cup of tea. And, you know, Chris might be a better option for that.
Too busy, like this.
These are just the examples, ideas.
So me, I guess I'm probably on the outlier. Like me, I honestly don't like going places if I can't bring you. Like if it's ever like,
it's not like a can't. Like if somebody hit you up, let's go to a 2K tournament. Like, I'm coming, we're going. Like, we're not like, come on. But it's just like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's something that like I know for a fact you just will hate, I probably just won't go to it myself, probably. And that's probably just because I don't have that many friends. I mean, I could probably be different if I had like a whole bunch of friends, but I just lost another one. So it's like I don't really have places to go with people other than family, and my family is very small, and also the ones I do have is, you know, they can be busy just like me. So me, I guess it's always weird when you're just a super busy guy who's kind of introverted. I don't really like being places without you. Not just because I, you know, love you and stuff, but it's like you keep me grounded and you help me like stay there longer. Like I leave before with you, like if I'm at an outing, I'm there like 25 minutes. I show my face and that's out because I just, you know, I just lose it. But like you, when you're there, you like you give me you keep me stimulated, like you touch me, and it's like, you know, talking to me, are you okay? Because it's like usually when I go places, no one's checking on me, or you know, they're saying what's wrong with him, and it's like, bro, like I'm just chilling, I'm introverted, I'm quiet. So I mean, it's probably is different because I feel like we both go out for different reasons. Everything we do, even when we listen to music, we both do for different reasons. But like for me, when I go out, like I don't know, I mean, I'm just a guy who cares about safety and having fun, and I be weighing the risks. I be too in my head. But with you, when I'm out with you, I'm just only thing I'm focused on is just you having a good time. So I get to have a good time because that's my focus. But when I'm out by myself, I'm just focused on not looking stupid, you know, or just who trying to steal my car, bro? Who sizing me up, man? But I don't know. But I'm just weird though. I don't really like going out anyway. I'm not really a party guy. But that was like a long rabbit hole. My bad. But like I said, just to end the whole balling on a budget. If you're a guy, and it's like you want to date and stuff, just get the right girls. Don't get someone who focuses on designer, because the moment you can't afford the designer, then she's gonna look at you as less than, and now you guys are arguing, and it's terrible. Just get with people who prioritize the right things, right? But that moves on to the green flags.
I don't want to say the right things, but prioritize the things that you do,
right?
Because I feel like there's nothing wrong if you are attracted to money. I'm personally not. But
I feel like if you're looking for happiness, I feel like there is, if you're attracted to money.
I mean, because I feel like there are some people who are like, my man gotta have money and my man gotta buy gifts for me. But it's like you can fall in love with that man. You love him for other reasons, but it's like those are just the things on your list.
When you do that, now you're literally, when you say that, like every guy who can't at that moment in time, you're missing out on.
And that's what I'm saying. It's so many lines to that. But I'm like, if you, let's say now, me personally, I feel like, if you want those things, I would hope that you are good and you're well off to a certain degree. You got a good job. I'm just saying. So it's like, but I mean, that's what I would hope. But because otherwise, it just would seem kind of very hypocritical to me to a certain degree. But I feel like there's nothing wrong if that's something that's on your list for a guy. Because if there might be other things on there, it's like he's romantic, he's creative. You might even have something on there like he has to have watched The Office. If he ain't watched The Office, that ain't the guy for me. And it's like, I feel like to each his own. Whatever you want on your list, is okay. So I feel like it's in my opinion, you should be finding somebody who has the same, priorities as you, because there's some men that be like, I want a woman and I want to take care of her, but he is attracted to women that have their own. He's like, I like a woman that got her own job. I like a woman that got her own business. I like a woman that got money in her pockets. But once we get together, once we have made that step, we have chosen each other. If you want to quit that, you can, because I want to take care of you. So it's like, it's okay that you have that attraction. It's like, that's what you want in a woman. That's what you want in a man. To each his own. That's what you want. But I feel like when you are out dating and you are out searching for that person, you should be looking for somebody who has the same priorities, wants, needs, desires, attractions, whatever that is, as you. The same, it's cohesive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the same priorities. Someone who's prioritizing the big picture. Like if you're a guy who doesn't have it right now, you should prioritize someone who sees the can see that, and can,
because everybody is different. Everybody wants, desires, all that stuff is all different. So that's why I just feel like you should be out there trying to find somebody who has the same as you, because she might be looking at you, turning you down because you ain't got no money. But the next man that she might go on a date with would have been like, he had no money. Oh, heck, bro. I ain't about to be out here without no money. Nah. And she probably like, that's what I'm saying. And boom, y'all are a match. And then the previous guy that she didn't like, he might go on a date with another girl and she might be like, she was sure much, you ain't had no money. Oh, I never do that because I love a man for this, and this. Y'all are a match.
Yeah. I guess I just always feel like, if you chase money, you're going to end up sad. That's how I would just feel. Because like when I was chasing money, I ended up not chasing money in girls, but just the idea of chasing money in general, right? Provide value, not chase anything. Like provide value. So if you're a girl who wants, I just feel like if you're a girl who wants a guy with money, never say that. Just act in a way that would attract that, because to me it just sounds terrible. I don't know, just because this is like me. My girl, her pussy gotta be this and gotta be that, because this to me, I think money and pussy. She got. I mean, now I feel it. Okay, now I feel it because it can't be whack. Okay, I got y'all. All right, if money equals pussy, okay, now I feel it because it gotta be good. So okay, I'm not mad at y'all no more. I feel it because I just thought myself, it couldn't be worse. No, okay. So what are some of your in context of, so let's do this. Let's say there are people, let's say there are girls watching, let's say there are women watching who want a Russell Wilson type of relationship, or they want, and let's keep it in context of like the Bible and stuff, and just like till we have a baseline, because it's hard to go without a baseline.
Oh, we really got to stop using curse words, man.
I mean, but we are growing. We're trying to get there. But yeah, we do. But yeah, we want to keep it in context of that, so we have a baseline. So we're not just saying to each his own to everything. We want to keep a nice baseline for these guys. What are some green flags to look for in a relationship if you want, a God-fearing, great, relationship that goes a distance? You're, in context of like, what we've been talking about, I guess, with,
you're asking for what?
Green flags to look for in a guy when you're looking for, like, because I don't want it to be like, oh, it's subjective. I want it to be like, what are some green flags that, like, every girl should, at least. So what are the baseline green flags you think every guy should have?
Well, everything is subjective. Like, no. Because it really is. But just I feel like baseline things, to me, does it have to be specific? Mine said 5, or does
just some baseline green flags that every guy, no matter what, should have.
Number 1 to me is communication.
Yes.
And I feel like there's an umbrella under that. Communication could be, you communicating your feelings, how you feel about something. If something affects you, you have that within yourself to speak your truth and, say what it is. But also just regular daily communication, because that can also fall under reassurance as well. I'm struggling with something or whatever, and you're communicating to me like, no, baby, I love you. I understand that this is how you feel, that's how that made you feel. But I just want to guarantee that's not what it is. Communication. Or, hey, babe, I'm about to be out and about with my mom. I'm taking her some runs to the doctor's office and doing some things with her. I'm not going to be able to be as responsive as I normally am. Communication. Or, hey, I don't like that you did that. Communication. Or, I like when you do that. Communication. So any very good or healthy communication. You're not going to be perfect, but just healthy communication to me is definitely a green flag. Another one is honesty. And honesty, like, in all situations, even when it will maybe hurt her feelings or hurt his feelings. But, I don't want to ask you if this dress made me look fat, and it does, and you tell me it doesn't, and I go out in this dress and I'm looking fat in this dress. I'm going to be way more upset at that than I would be if you told me dress ain't, because every dress is not meant for every body type. So this one girl might wear a dress and that other girl might wear a dress, and they don't look the same. And that's okay. You just got to go find a dress that fits your body type. So it's like, I'd rather you tell me that ain't a look for you. Or if I do my makeup and I look white up here and brown down here, please tell me. I don't want to go out here looking like that. No. So please tell me. Or I got, my edge is looking crusty, and I'm going, like, it's different. Sometimes your edges get crusty if you lay down, but if you like getting dressed, getting ready to go out of the house, and my edges is crusty, please tell me. So it's like, and just even down to, other things, just, being honest, speaking your truth, things of that nature. Honesty, definitely is a green flag. And then I kind of want to say, like, some form of loyalty or commitment. If you can show signs of that, even just early on, I'm about to say, but I'm like, even if it might be kind of hard to kind of show that early on, because maybe you're not around each other as much, so you can't see them do that or anything of that nature. But, I see a lot of people that test their significant other, and I feel like that's not okay. But what makes it even worse is if they fail the test. But like, some people might like, because that one boy I was telling you about, that I just saw him like a few of my pictures. We don't follow each other on social media at all. So I'm like, you look me up. But how that guy was messaging me, even though I was messing with his homeboy, I was like, this has to be a test. I'm like, he's tested. It came to a point where I'm like, this guy cannot be that bold. So this has to be a test. But when I told old boy, he was like, what? He was like, no, I didn't know this at all. So that's tough. So I'm like, maybe if you test them and you have a girl slide in the DMs or something like that, and they show loyalty to you.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, before y'all get like super serious, but once we're like, if you did that,
or like, I just want to see, or something of that nature,
unless it's like content,
or just anything. Like, if you seeing like, maybe a girl under his picture and maybe he don't respond to her comment or something like that. Okay, that's pretty cool. Or maybe we out and about and the waitress call you sweetie and you spit on her. Beautiful. Oh like God. Much loyalty there.
Oh my God.
So I'm just like, any sign, any way that you can show that, like that one video that Drake did where Drake was was all on her and she was like loyalty would have been like, okay, like maybe it's a thin line here, but like maybe you are a friend and or maybe you don't have to be that exact situation. Maybe you are just strictly a friend and we do that quick hug and then, all right, that's it. Now you're doing too much. Now it's like like you have shown loyalty to me. You have shown you can set clear boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries. Yeah, being able to set boundaries.
And hey, all right,
yeah,
that you doing too much now, especially if it's a guy. Then it's like, all right, nah, you really tripping, nah, because you're a dude. We don't do that. So
what the?
Because I'm like, and I feel like there's another thin line here because some girls are in the closet, under the sheets, whatever you want to call
I
that.
See them both at the same.
But it's like
they both can do.
It might be like, oh, your nails are so pretty. But it's like if a guy is doing all that, he like come here and rapping you. I was like, stop it, you being weird. So I feel like what was it? Communication, honesty, some form of loyalty, and dang, I just thought of another one. I'm trying to think, what was it? Oh, signs of leadership, healthy leadership. Like you struggling with something, whatever that is, and instead of him being like, you can't do that, or I don't want you doing that, or stop doing that, and my girl can't be doing that, or something like that, rather of I'm sorry that this happened to you, babe. That's honestly really messed up. I can't believe that they even did that. You give her that spill, that's some bull. If I could, I'd beat his ass or whatever, or something like that. And then you're like, however, for next time, I would maybe do it this way instead of that way. You might do things how you want to, baby, but this is how I feel, and I feel like it would be best if you didn't do it that way because I feel like you should do it this way. However you want to word that. And you have led me instead of controlling me, telling me can't, telling me no, or things of that nature. You have led me to the destination that I should be at. So any form of help of leadership, because there's controlling and then there's leading. There's a big difference there, and I feel like we confuse the two sometimes. But there's a very big difference between the two. And if you lead me and you show me the way, it's just like a boss tell you, go put them shelves up. I don't know what shelves. I don't know how to put the shelves up, what tool to use. But a good leader would say, I need you to put them shelves up. This is how you do it. And this is why, don't do it this way. This is why you shouldn't do it this way. And blah, blah. He showed you how to put the shelves up rather than just telling you, go put the shelves up. So some form of a healthy leadership rather than you just trying to control me and what I'm doing. Because you can also be leading, but you can do it in a controlling way. So you also have that too. Be careful not to be controlling with your leadership.
And these for you guys, these are green flags. I don't think these are necessarily like deal breakers or anything like at first, but these are definitely green flags, right? So we're not saying
because you can learn to be a leader.
Exactly, because that these are all things that people can get better with. But these are things that we want to see some signs of. But I think for me, so kind of to go into mine, a lot of mine are yours. So like I'll just go deeper into yours. So like with communication, I always say when you look at the way people do things, we're looking at communication, we look at leadership, when you're looking at conflict resolution, all these skills and traits. Don't just look at those in context of you two. Look at how they do these things in other relationships. So whenever I'm talking to someone and it's like, no, I don't talk to so-and-so no more. I'm like, oh, what happened? I don't know. She just be tripping. I'm like, what happened? No, I mean, like, no, because like I'm the type of person where it's like people are weird and there's a bunch of weird people in the world. But if you're talking to the girl and she says that every single person in her life is the problem and every single person she's ever encountered, it's just like, it's like it's one thing maybe just to keep in mind. You don't want to just throw them away because maybe they're just they've been in a bad environment. But you don't ignore, that, and don't be surprised when she's also bad at handling conflict with you, and now you're getting cut off because you left the damn toilet seat up. So be very mindful of conflict resolution and how people deal with others in their life. Don't think that the way someone deals with someone else, it's impossible for it to happen to you. I think that's a real big mistake people make. So I think conflict resolution. So a green flag for me is good conflict resolution. So good, healthy relationships around them, where it's like, oh yeah, I'll go see what, whatever. Like there's healthy relationships around them. I think for me personally, and I think should be this. I think every man should have this, because if your goal is to be the best possible version of yourself, you really need someone who can teach you something. And the best way to be able to find that is to get with someone who is good in areas you struggle with. So I mean, that's why it's times where it's like emotionally and logically we work, because it's like I have ADHD, might have autism, getting tested really soon. You have OCD, which is like damn near like almost like the opposite like of ADHD. So it's like that in itself is like, okay, it's like if you watch us fly on the wall, I'm just making all these messes, she's cleaning them up. It's just great. Like it just works.
That is so funny. There have been multiple times where I was literally following you.
We just walking around.
You were messing stuff up, and I'm like, I'm just picking it up.
Yep, we just go and it works. It's like we should make that one, like, it's like, hey, the girl who, I thought it was one TikTok. It was like the girl who's once, I can't think of it, bro, but it was like talking about both of the roles that they play in a relationship in a funny way. We should do that, but yeah, man, like you need someone who can help you. Like with me, it doesn't have to be something like rocket science. You don't need a girl to teach you the world, because again, we're the leaders. But okay, trying new things, I'm terrible with that. And it's like I'm with someone who is, I eat ranch now. I never tried ranch, so it's like that would have been terrible. Ranch is pretty cool. So it's like,
I forgot how the Bible words it, but there's a scripture where it says something about the roles of the relationship, and at the end it was kind of saying like there should be like equal something, like some type of equal leadership or something. So it's like you bring the logic and the leadership and all this, and I bring the, well, baby, you gotta think of it like this, and how they're feeling about that, and they really hurt their feelings or something. Like, so the woman's supposed to provide her touch, man's supposed to provide his touch, and together y'all are army.
Exactly. If you know you're a guy with an anger issue, don't get with another girl with an anger issue. Just don't do it. Like get someone with an anger issue. Like I don't mean like a girl that gets angry. We would not be here. Like if you had my anger issues,
if I had anger issues too,
we wouldn't work. Because I have brought some anger out of you, but I wouldn't definitely say that you have anger issues or anything like that. If you're a guy with anger issues, you need to get with someone who's going to be soft.
We probably be both in jail.
Yeah. Yeah, we both had. If you had it like me,
that's what I'm saying. We would probably be both in jail.
Yeah. So
I didn't slash your tires. You bust the windows on my car.
We would be going crazy. We would be like, because my thing is, if like I got there and you were to respond similar, it would be like, oh, well, we two bros. But like you need someone when you get there, because it's like if you can get there, you shouldn't just be doomed to be alone. Like I think there's people who can be with you. You just need to find those people, and don't, for both of your sake, don't be with the wrong people, because then you're just gonna be fucking their life up and just shit. So I think it's really good to be with someone who you know your weaknesses. Be with someone who your weaknesses are their strengths, at least some of them, because I think it'll help you a lot. But another green flag, I think if you're looking at from a man's perspective, like someone who likes to learn, a woman who likes to learn, who likes information. That was something really hot early from you, where it was like, you were taking the bus hours, to come to we were having these, we were selling life insurance at the time, and it was like all these things, and you were coming out and you were studying and all that. But even what you told me, I got
stranded at the bus stop trying to go to one of them. I stood at the bus stop in the code for hours. Man. Hours. It had to be like 2.5 hours that I was standing out in the cold, because the bus didn't come. Buses don't really come out there to white people. Buses don't come out there to well-off areas.
There we go.
Or at least not as often.
Exactly. Yeah. And man, that was dope. So someone who was willing to learn, because that showed you that's someone that you can probably lead. But it's okay with being with someone independent. There's independent soft girls, but you don't want to be with that one who's like just like.
I get real independent. I get independent too much. I get independent to the point where I be honestly going at a loss, because I'm trying to do it all by myself.
Yeah, because it's like you can be with an independent woman. I'm not against independent women, but there's some independent women who are like, no, I'm everything. There are some independent women who celebrate Father's Day. So, and I'm not against that, because I feel like if he wasn't there, whatever.
You was the father.
So, but it's like, that type of stuff, like that can be hard to lead. Some women are extremely hard to lead. So it's like some women can't be tamed by some guys. There are some girls that intimidate me, and that's fine. You're what, even in a single space, like you seeing someone like, nah, I can never do it. You just too. It's like I'm not even that. So
I'm not even that.
So you gotta find someone who's less than you. Okay, but
to each his own.
Yeah, to each his own. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is for me is just conflict resolution. Good conflict resolution. So I'm not. So maybe us guys, we can do a little test too and start like a mini argument just for fun, just to see how they handle it, to see how it goes, and see what she do. But like conflict resolution is huge. Because if you are immature, if you're a guy, you are kind of immature with arguments. You need to see how immature is she with arguments. Because if you guys are both immature with arguments, you guys are gonna not be good. So you guys need to.
You're doing a lot of green and red flags, by the way.
I guess because I'm an over explainer, so that's yeah. But okay, green flag. Good conflict resolution, good communication, in communication with everyone. Watch how she communicates with everyone around her. I think that's even more important. Being good in areas that you struggle as well. But those are the biggest for me. When it comes to green flags. Any others that you can think of?
Not really, not at the moment.
Any ones that I do?
Some of the ones I listed was because of you.
Okay. I was just trying to get some more out of you, but no, you I like those, and I think those are some really good ones. As far as anything else, I mean, I don't want to go too long, guys, but I think we kind of did that. When it comes to, so we talked about, just to kind of give a quick little wrap up here. We talked about balling on a budget, and we talked about green flags in a relationship. So just like some rapid, I can't even talk. Rapid a conclusion, or just a sum up of everything. Biggest takeaways. Balling on a budget. If you're trying, I think it's best if you're a guy to ball. If you have the ball on a budget, be single. Just because even the good girls out here, some of them you just can't afford. Even the good, nice ones, like you just might not be able to afford. Or if you're insecure, even if you can afford them, you don't feel right. Because me, even if you don't even care, because every time she don't care, she'll pay. There was months where she had to pay for stuff. I'm dying inside. So if that's I might just be single until you can, because it's trying. It's very trying.
I'd be like, I paid.
Bro, and I'd be like, oh my God. And I'm like, what are they gonna say? Like they saw me, and it's but I feel like it's best if you're single right now and you're a guy. If you have the ball on a budget, be single. If you're in a relationship, you need to very quickly identify who this person is, because they can take you under, and you can go broke for the wrong person. Right. So you want someone who's not going to make you need to go broke for them, or not make you feel like you need to go broke for them. So that's balling on a budget in context of relationships. In context of business, you need to understand, you need to get out of the space of spending. Like, if you're get into the investing space, like investing in your business, and look at money that you invest, not spend, and invest on your business, as it will come back, whether it's right now or 5 years. Like, you need to be okay. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're an artist, if you're someone who makes money based on yourself, you need to get to the point where spending isn't really a thing. You're investing in your business, and you don't care when that comes back. Like, you can't say, oh, I would do that, but that's going to take too long. You just go work a job. The only way to get instant gratification this day is go work a job. If you want riches and you want your business to grow, get out of the space that I can't spend on my business because it's not going to pay me right now. And if I spend this on my business right now, I won't be going to this party. But no, can't even be the case. But we'll talk about that more later. But I mean, for you, well, I guess to end that with the green flags, I feel like just be with someone who compliments you. I think Rose said it great in that one clip. Be with someone who compliments you, and don't ignore red flags, but also don't take all red flags as face value and not try to dive more deep. Because with me, I feel like I had every red flag in the book, but you have to understand who is willing to grow. And you got to see how far have they grown. Ask more questions, but you need to, nothing is cookie cutter. Nothing is. I feel like
you're not going to get with anybody and they're going to be perfect at everything.
Exactly.
They're going to struggle with something because they're a human being. I mean, that's literally in the Bible. So, they're not going to be perfect, even at things that they've had practice in and they've been good at. There are going to be days where the communication is the best. They fall short, or they're going to be days where they're lacking some creativity. They're kind of feeling down in the dumps. There's just going to be days where they might fall short, and I feel like that is okay. It happens. It's just about, the after, I'm sorry, I didn't
I didn't say anything about that. I'm really sorry. That just, just wasn't a good day for me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep trying to do better. So on and so forth. So I feel like, it's good to pay attention to the red flags, and there's nothing wrong with you saying this is a red flag. Nope. This particular red flag is no for me. There, you have a right to your own, red flags, but it's just don't ignore them, but pay attention to them because sometimes people can give you a red flag, because this particular time that y'all together is, the time that they're falling short. So it's like, still understand that they are a human, but also don't just disregard the red flags like they aren't actually a red flag.
Trying to be nice and stuff. I mean, that's a good example with me. I was always told since a child on report cards, great leader. He's great at leading. Great. I've always been champion a good leader. Then I got with you and it's like, oh, this is a different setting. Like my logic won't really help me with leading. It's going to need to be both. Because I think to be the leader, you need logic, but to lead in a relationship, you need that emotional aspect.
Because you can very well just come in a room and be like, come on, girl, I told you not to do that. Come on. Or why would you do that? That don't make any sense. You should not be doing that. That's stupid. Yeah. Or you can come in a room and be like, oh, babe, dang, that's messed up. That happened. That you went to nail tech and she ain't do good. Well, let's not go to that nail tech again and let's try this one. Matter of fact, I looked some up already. Here you go. So it's like instead of coming in with the wrong your approach matters a lot.
I'll say with leader, and I would just example of like a green flag. Someone might think they have a green flag, and it's like, oh damn, I'm actually not, because I thought I was a great leader, and I feel like you probably saw that too with Primerica, and I was taking you and training you, and like, oh, he's a great leader, and it's like, damn, you get what I mean?
Everybody said that you reminded them of my brother. They like, he the one, girl. They like, y'all ain't dating,
and it's like
whole time, girlie.
That was almost an accident.
Whole time. Oh no, I ain't gonna say that.
But no, I did have to learn how to lead. I'm still learning how to lead.
And you're not gonna be ever perfect at it. You're a human being. You can't expect perfection.
I think this would be the perfect way to wrap up. I was watching this, and I wish I knew her name. I'm gonna make sure I can try to tag her or something. Like this girl who does these super wholesome podcasts. She was talking to this really old guy, and he was just talking about like 70 something. He was talking about all the things he wants to accomplish, like after like past 70. And then he even said at one point, when I grow up, I want to do this. And then she was like, you don't feel like you're grown up? He's like, oh no, how can I say I'm grown up? Like it was just, oh my God. But I think that's something to be said about that. Like we're just, when you're dating, when you're trying to manage your money,
so you can't stop growing.
You're always growing. Give people grace, date the right people. Don't spend your money on Gucci.
Growth can even be like, I started doing this like back even like high school, back when I was even staying at home with my parents, and I would always stop midway through the year and I need to bring it back. But it was a graph, and it was a total of 365 days in a graph, 12 months. And each month, had how many days there was in that month, and you would color shade it in, and it would be different colors. It'd be like pink this was a happy day. Purple, this was a bad day. Green, this was the worst day. Something of that nature. And growth can be even something as small as that. Like in 2023, I had 100 bad days. Whatever that reason it could be because of me. I'm tripping. I'm having bad communication. I'm cussing when we're arguing. I'm not satisfying his love languages, his needs when he needs it. So therefore we have a bad day. It could be my fault, or it could be an outside factor, but growth can even be just 2023. I had 100 bad days, and 2024 I had 80. You grew for whatever, even if it's something like that person did something to you, you grew to a point to where you can say, you did that bad thing. I hate that you did that. However, I forgive you. We're gonna move forward. Let's go out to eat. Let's go. We gonna move past that rough. Hey, you've grown to a point to where you're not letting something like that affect your entire day or affect your entire mood, or now you don't even want to mess with him no more, or anything like this. You're not getting to that point anymore. It's just you're a human being. You messed up today. You said sorry. Let's move on. So that is growth itself. Maybe you didn't get perfect, but you just had less bad days. You figured out how to have less bad days. Then the next year, you only have 50 bad days. You've grown. You've learned how to navigate those situations. And I feel like that's growth in itself, you know, because you're never going to get perfect. So it's just, as long as you continue to get better at something, you're growing.
Yeah, I think that was the best way to end it, if any. So I mean, I hope you guys really have enjoyed this. We've had 2 different lives. We went live on Instagram. We went live on TikTok. We've been doing it all. We've had bathroom breaks. But it's Halloween, guys. So again, happy Halloween. Next week we'll be talking about,
or at least I hope you had a great Halloween. I mean, I hope you had a great Halloween.
Yeah, we do hope this will be. I don't know. This will probably drop November, December. I don't even know, because we got a lot of cooking, but. We hope you guys have enjoyed. Next week we'll be talking about what it means to be a woman and what does a good woman look like in context, and we'll also add another.
You like my shoes? I wanted to point those out for the video ended.
Oh yeah. Please look at. We'll
check
make
out my
sure
Amazon storefront.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
No, for real though.
Are those on there?
Yeah.
I need to make one, bro. Because man, we both be having some really.
I've actually made money from my storefront. I'm not money, but it didn't bought me a few Starbucks drinks.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Y'all know what the deal is, man. Y'all can catch us back next week. Me and Nita's episodes are dropping every single Tuesday. Everything else, you guys know the schedule. Follow us on the
Monday.
Yeah, we shoot on Tuesdays. My bad. Like I'm talking about, y'all know, and I don't even know. Mondays, these episodes will be dropping. So make sure you tune in every Monday. Follow us at the Preem Pod on Instagram.
Follow me on Instagram at Artistry by Nita with 2 A's in the front.
Follow her on TikTok too. Follow us on TikTok at Nita X Jace, and the same on Instagram at Nita X Jace. This has been episode. Let me look at my sheet. Episode 14 of the Preem Pod, and we out.